Morning everyone, my name is Chris from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back to our East Engle campaign in France of Britannia. In the last episode, or at least the last recording session, we just declared war on West CX and his allies, and now we've tanked our economy mostly because of the penalties we've got, right? We've pushed for war against the English factions, and so the people of England actually feel a bit like we've favored the armies, thus losing the 50% income to commerce, which is most of our income. We've lost a few big trading allies that we've had since the beginning, since we were in good relation with West CX and his vassals. And now we are at a point where we want to keep expanding south, we want to push further in, take over these territories, and at the same time try to push some of these armies to guard the coast. Because pretty soon, probably soon after we defeat these two factions, or three factions, there are three in total I believe. Okay, so after we defeat these three factions, we are going to get the Long Kingdom victory, probably. And we will also reach this ultimate victory when we will have to eliminate the Viking invasion fleets. We're also pushing to finishing constructing these two cathedrals. Like, they take a whole lot of turns to build, so it's gonna be quite difficult. What I want to do as soon as we get a bit of extra money is go for the decree that reduces the construction time by 50%, which is a huge boost, especially now. However, we do have 4 more turns of these public order bonuses, and we have this economy, like this 2,000, almost 3,000 economy, because we've pushed the taxes too high. I don't know if we'll probably won't be able to do this after these 4 turns, because if you can see, we're at +3, +2. As soon as this disappears and it's -3, like all these center regions will have minus to public order. We do not want that. Let's see, we have a few skills to assign. Over here, our 55-year-old general Ingvar, I'm going to give him, he has good loyalty, he has some zeal. I want to keep adding some points into his commanding skills, although it seems like he has -2 from being what, insane and temperamental. So maybe it's better to push into zeal. Not that much. I don't see such a big effect into zeal right now for us. So I'll stay with the champion. Well, maybe do something else. What was the one? Quartermaster reduces the upkeep. So let's put points into Quartermaster, actually giving us some extra movement points, and at some point reducing the cost of this army, which is 3,000. This is probably the most expensive army we have. For Anlaf, our governor, we're gonna keep adding points into governance, with scribes and everything else. Let's see what else we have available. For these two armies, they will stay still for now. If I want to go on the sea, yeah, we would be able to do so from that location. I think we've moved everything, we've built everything that we could have with the money that we have available. Let's end the turn and see what they will do, what our enemies will do. At this point, I took a look on the map. So Jerby is attacking, continues to advance towards us. Let's retreat. try to bring an army here to take care of them. Let's see. Guthrum honors God. From a church building chain, he reached level 3 in this trait, giving him +3 to unit morale. Carl, our governor, from ample supplies for not having food shortages, gains +2 to governance and +2 to influence. He's pretty old as well. Halad, he's a sea trader now from a trade port building. He reached the 3rd level in this particular trait. Any extra money that we can gain at this point is wonderful for us. We've built a market here in Linden Siege. Let's see what else we could add. We have some industry here, but not that much, mostly commerce. So maybe put a tavern, which provides us with another 220 base income to commerce. I think that's the most useful right now. So let's do that. Actually, if we skip a turn on this and we take a look at the abbey, no, it's not gonna be enough. So I'll put a tavern here, keep this 2000 gold, so we can start upgrading the St. Edmund's Abbey. And what about the other one? Like, where was it? Somewhere, like, I keep forgetting where the building is. It's over here. We're already upgrading it, which is good. We don't have to worry too much. We are now able to build villa estates. And we were pushing for what exactly? We were pushing for rural enterprises, which provide us with 50% extra income from farms. We don't have a lot of farms. I think the thinking was anything to boost this income penalty that we have at the moment. What I will do... One of the things that I could do... Let's see, this is... How many territories does this faction have? Derby has only one more. So if I take over his town here, he should suffer some attrition, right? We can subjugate them. No, let's occupy.
Not an option.
Would we be able to get here in one turn? I think so. So let's retreat our army. Maybe this way? Let's bait them. Let's bring our army over here. Let's see if he will try to attack us instead of taking over that particular settlement. Because if we bait him and then we retreat and then he attacks us again, then we'll probably be in reinforcement range. There is a chance that we will lose this general. But sometimes that happens. You can't plan for everything. Let's move. There is a danger that this faction will attack us. And they would have a pretty good opportunity to do so by the time we reach this front. They might do some damage. Let's see, what does... He brings an army over here. Like, he has a bunch of high-level spearmen and retinue horses. Let's upgrade these swordsmen as well. There is a possibility that we can take that army. There is a possibility that we can't. For this particular army, I think what I want to do is actually start marching south. Start taking over this territory.
You can rely on us.
Although one turn of replenishment could be better. Maybe I'll keep them still for one more turn. For these buildings, let's repair them. And for you, let's see. So we could take the Abbey Market. This is some iron, these are some farms.
We serve
Food
to
we
the
don't
end.
need right now.
In
Let's
Odin's
take
name.
over
As commanded.
this settlement first of all.
Without delay.
It's going to provide us with a bit of public order and plus 20 income commerce. Interesting. So Abbey Market, like that is... Actually, we do have an Abbey Market that we could build. Huh. I didn't know we could push this into commercial. I guess I haven't read it that well, but I've learned something new today. For the rest of our troops right now, I think that's about it. We want to upgrade the church in our next turn, so I won't be doing anything else. We'll end the turn, see what they do, and we'll try to respond to their attacks. That 20 stack army, like this one, is going to be the most dangerous. Okay, Derby is attacking us, so we've baited them well. Is it worth fighting? Doesn't seem like it. Like, we have a huge army over here. We're just gonna auto-resolve it. Like, they've attacked us because they have no settlement. I think this was one of the changes they made with an update. Instead of their army just continuously running across the map trying to cause damage to you, they've made that when they have no more settlement, they attack the nearest faction probably. So now we've taken him out and we're one step closer to achieving the Long Kingdom victory. By the way, on the faction changing their name, I looked it up on the forums. Like, there are people asking the same question, like, why didn't the name of my faction changed? There's a possibility that the name changes only in only for certain faction, like Mears, West Anglia, like they changed it to Anglo-Saxons, I think. So it's not for all the faction, which is a missed opportunity as far as I'm concerned. But maybe they didn't really know, since historically nothing happened with these particular factions. Nothing big, then maybe they didn't know exactly what to put in the name. Okay, so we're done with this. I am going to bring this army here to encircle this particular one. So they do have these strong mailed spearmen. They won't be a match against our axemen and swordsmen. At least they'll resist quite a while, but I don't think they will be able to take us. They have a few good swordsmen as well. And these mailed horsemen, like, these are the toughest. He's a level 4 general. I'm just gonna encircle him. Not gonna attack right this second. With our king, with Guthrum, we'll siege the province right here. And with the smaller army, let's upgrade first of all the Church of Saint Edmund. Let's start this process. And then what I want you to do is pop in to this town, recruit. Let's see what we could add on him. More swordsmen. And I think that's all the money that we will have available. We do axes. No, it's quite the same. Actually, we could put 2 cav units inside this army. And then let's push towards...
Not an option.
Actually, let's not push. I wanted to bring this army over on this side to take over the settlement. However, this 20 stack army is gonna present a problem for us. We don't want to be caught off guard.
Ready for combat.
For you, what I'm gonna do is march towards these settlements. So one would be taking his food. And then I think that's what we'll do. So we're gonna move over here, take over this food settlement, and then bring our armies here to take over the Stonehenge area. We don't have any more money here. Let's take a look at our strategic map. They're unhappy with us, like, other than Strat-Klut, everybody's starting to have a bit of a bad diplomatic stance, a bad diplomatic stance with us. Greenwood, are we at war with him? I think we're at war with him, right? If we go into the diplomatic panel and we take a look at Greenwood, no, I guess we're not. But he's definitely not happy because we had military actions against Gerby that we just took out. And with Glivising, I believe that war is getting closer and closer with him. Like, public relations will keep going down as we take over these territories. But what can you do? Buildings constructed. We finished building the grain pits here, providing us with more money, more food, and a little bit more replenishment. And we've also built a priory here. I think we've converted it from whatever the last building was. Let's see. So they do bring a few armies in. This army has attacked us. Let's get on to the battlefield and see how we will fare against their more unique upgraded troops. It's interesting how this minor faction seems to have some of the better troops from the factions that I fought so far, at least. So it's foggy. We don't have a missile advantage necessarily. I think they had some tougher troops. Or how we were going to put them, I am going to make a formation like this. I'm gonna keep the slightly weaker axemen to the side. I want our front to be strong, very strong. I think this unit has demoralized. Yes, they scare units, so breaking the front would be a good idea as well. We're gonna bring spearmen to the side. Maybe we should start thinking about upgrading the spear units. Because actually let's bring one axe unit here. Bring the skirmishers here in front and our general keep him close. I'm thinking about upgrading the spearmen one level, since their armies are quite tough. Let's just take a look at some of their horsemen. Like, this is the Levy melee cav. Let's pause it just for a second. Where was his mailed spearman? Over here. Like, look at these helmets. They've got quite cool armor and shields. And there should be somewhere around here his mailed cav, which once again, very heavy armor, strong. They've got 2 units over here of mailed horsemen. We might want to bring in one more axe unit to the side.
Spearmen!
as we will try to engage them before they engage us. Actually, let's just do that now. Let's march in front.
Ride like the wind. Crush them. Can take them. Crush them. Got them. Axemen.
As you can see, some of these axe units don't seem to be able to handle this level 3 militia. I guess the armor piercing damage won't be that great. For the missiles, attack the long axeman. Let's bring our general for support and attack. They're engaging with the javelin man, which is weird. Let's bring them like this. I'm gonna bring the cav here behind.
See, they flee before our might.
We've caught some of their units. Let's bring our king in to fight. You hold those troops down. For this axe unit, I want to bring you to the front. Perfect. Like, we're really going to push to break his cav. Let's bring the cavalry back here. That music on the background. These sounds absolutely awesome. Okay, you engage those troops. You come here. Let's bring this axe unit here in the back of these troops. Let's try to use our general's ability to enforce some of these units. We're gonna surround them, even though they're not the best match. Horseman, you come here. Spearman, you stay out of the way. This cav unit, they're fighting archers, so I'll keep them in there. This spear unit, I'm gonna bring it here in the back. You attack there. King or general, you come here. Okay, let's do a tiny bit of hammer and anvil, so to speak. And we're going to attack these royal companions of the king and the long axeman. Now we should retreat it. We don't want to keep our cav in that particular battle. The long axemen are quite good against cavalry. Actually, a lot of units, axe units, are good against cavalry. If the cavalry sits still. I'm not sure if there's any faction in this particular game that has good melee cav. Let's see how we push. We've done well so far. Everybody's breaking. I want to kill his general. It was what, a level 4 type of general, so I want to make sure that if he's replaced by someone, he's gonna be replaced by a lower level general. Let's fast forward this a little bit. Come on, take him out. Done. Like, this battle wasn't particularly difficult, mostly because we have units that are anti-spear, and we caught their cav pretty well, although the AI isn't as good. We're definitely going to increase our difficulty in the next campaign we're gonna play. So this was his king, actually. Well, good for us.
Yes.
We're done here. One of his bigger armies is vanquished. Iminrik received, still got it. Despite his advancing years, this warrior is every bit as sharp and dexterous as a man 20 years younger, from winning battles at over 50 years. That is cool. Avrik, a governor, gained business-minded, recruitment cost for all units minus 3%.
Hit hard!
Let's take a look at these units, like, so our king...
Thunder and glory! Are they all harder?
Our king is ready to take over this element.
Smash them!
One thing that I will do is bring these units here
We'll
to
see it
reinforce.
through!
And we're not actually going to
Thunder and
fight
glory!
a battle here in Winchester.
Smash them!
Let's take a look. Actually, it's the enemy's capital. Do we wanna? Actually,
Massacre them!
maybe we'll leave it for the beginning of the next episode. Let's move the rest of our armies around.
Aye then!
We occupy
As commanded.
Stadtfall. Stadtfall at this point doesn't have any more
May my
settlements, do they?
misgivings at your visit prove
Or
unfounded.
sent? No. Ah. So Sen doesn't have
By
any
no
more
means.
settlements, means they're gonna land and they're gonna try to fight anything in order to gain some territory.
We'll pledge
For
our
you,
service!
let's take the
Smash
food
them! Rely on us!
from this particular faction and add it to us. We have one more turn of public order bonuses,
Enemy blood!
and with the rest of you, yes, let's advance towards this faction. There's an 11 stack army with the
Not
king,
an option!
Not an option.
and the heir, it has a 2 stack.
Hit hard! No. Our foes will
I think
suffer!
that's about it. Like, other than this siege that we're gonna do
We
in the
serve
next
to
battle,
the end.
in the next episode, I think we're just about done. Let's take a look at... Actually, instead of doing that, let's take a look manually at our churches, right? Like, we want to build the Saint Edmund Abbey, and
My
we're
warriors are
also
ready.
going here to the north of us to bring the Saint Cuthbert. What I'm gonna do right now is go to not our objectives but our decrees, and in the decrease section we're going to push for this one. Hopefully it's retroactive, so we will get our bonuses for all the current buildings. We're enacting this. If our army is to secure this foothold, we must build and quickly. It is therefore decreed that more resources will be focused on construction. We will build something solid that's worth defending. So we've decreed this. We're at 7 turns and 9 turns. I don't think this is retroactive. Did we click on this last turn? Yeah, so it's... How much was it? It was minus 50%, right, on the decree? Minus 50% to building construction time. Now what's a turn to us? We're gonna cancel it and look at it again. Oh, yeah, so it is 5 turns. Maybe what we should do is the same over here. This is in 7 turns. How much would it take usually? It looks like it's gonna take us 5 turns if we cancel it and do it again. Huh. It's a bit weird that it doesn't apply retroactively, but maybe it's a bit hard to program it in a way that would do so. And with the money that we have available, let's take a look at our economies. Riches, territories first. We have some bonus to public order. It's only for 1 more turn. We're gonna leave this territory alone. In Linden Siege and Suffolk, there's not a lot we could do. Though there is some money to be had. I think we're just gonna keep the money. We're gonna need it pretty soon. And with that being said, I think we're going to be done for today. And in the next episode tomorrow, we're gonna start with the siege battle, try to work on taking over the capital of West CX. I thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Have a wonderful day.
Thunder and glory.